Doomcock and going through other things I've heard, and I don't know if I believe this latest source that he's got. I'm not buying Kennedy's got dirt on. I mean, it just there's a point where people are like, well, then do it. If you got it, do it. Okay. If you're gonna do it, do it. All right, because people get bored. People are like, whatever. So, come on, house. Talking to my dog right now. I want him to go into his kennel. He just went out and played soccer with his ball. Go on, Kojak. Come on, man. House. Go in there. Come on. He's being a jerk. He's being a real jerk right now. He's not being obedient. So I have to get his remote control. Okay, bud. House. Get in there. I don't care if you got your ball in there, just don't make any noise. So anyway, I don't know what to think. I mean, it's like, it contradicts a lot of what people have been saying before. I think, it makes me wonder. Here's what could be going on. There could be a lot of people who don't really know what's going on. Hell, the people involved probably don't know what's going on. Not even Kennedy. I kind of don't take the power thing with her very seriously, and I'll tell you the reason why. When she went in, hey, Dave, when she went in as president of Lucasfilm, I could see that then. I could see her and then having the success she did with the horrendous The Force Awakens. Hey, Matt Piranha, I could see her having that power. But I think it looks to me, and it feels like to me, that it's been degraded. The fact that this rumor ignores the investors. Because I gotta say this again, if a mom and pop, yeah, but see, man, who cares? The FBI already knows that. Who cares? I mean, I don't care. I'm beyond caring. You understand? If you people suspect you even if you just got your picture taken with that fucker. Okay? It could be anybody. And the idea that it's scary and shit, it's like, hey, you know what? If you got something, tell people. And the reason simply is this. You owe it to justice to tell people what you know, to tell law enforcement. Okay? If you're sitting there with blackmail, it already is a PR disaster. If it's intolerable to me that we have to sit here and be held hostage by this cunt. Bob Iger is the chairman of the board, but that means that he could be kicked out anytime they wanted to. Okay, he doesn't own Disney. He's a board. He's an officer of the company, just like Bob Chapek. And the rumor that Doomcock used was a lot of people in Hollywood. That's shocking. I'm shocked. I'm shocked that the head of Paramount would be doing that. I'm shocked that Mark Ruffalo was on that plane. No, I'm not. That's actually the kind of guy that would be on that plane. I am a male feminist. Okay, please stay away from me then. Okay? So withholding information because you want to fuck somebody over is bullshit. Especially if that information stands in the way of justice or not justice. I believe in justice. I believe that if someone did something shitty, then they should have to pay for it. If someone did something that was obviously against the law, they should have to pay for it. Okay? I don't believe that people should be allowed to use that information as blackmail. In fact, I think that if you are privy to something and you have direct evidence and you withhold it because you want to fuck somebody over, you are just as guilty as they are, in fact. So my thing is, I don't care. And for the good of Disney, they shouldn't care either. And maybe getting rid of Iger might be the thing they need to do in order to move forward. Because everything he has done has been a failure. Buying Fox, failure. Buying Lucasfilm, failure. It didn't have to be, but because he wanted to Disneyfy it and turn it into a girls' Disney princess thing, whammon, is a failure because it's Star Wars. Star Wars is for everybody, which means it doesn't exclude little boys. Okay? It's not that difficult. Okay. So do I believe that she's got this big dark? I don't give a shit. And I don't really think the investors at BlackRock and Vanguard and State Street and JP Morgan Chase and Goldman Sachs, etc. give a shit. Now, how did this Civil War thing between Kennedy start? Well, I'm going to give you my theory, and then I'm going to tell you what Dean Cox said. I think she resented the shit out of him when she realized how well Mandalorian was going to do. Now, at the time this thing was filmed, that they were talking about the BTS stuff, the roundtable discussion, when she interrupted him, and then he was like, just let other people talk, Kathy. And he interrupted her. Apparently that's when she got really pissed. But I think her resentment has been going on before that. I mean, when you see pictures of them on the set of The Mandalorian, and she's sitting in the dark, and you've got Lucas, Favreau, and Filoni sitting in the front seats, it's kind of a big deal. It's kind of a major picture that kind of shows you the changing of the guard is happening, whether anybody wants it, whether the story group wants to or not. Okay. I don't really understand why we're even surprised by any of this. In fact, at the end of the video, I'm like, we all knew this. We all knew this is shit we know. Why would this person come forward? Okay, there's nothing new here. We all know there's a civil war going on, even the Reddit leak from 2 days ago saying, no, there isn't, of course not. Yeah, okay, sure. Really? It boggles the mind, I think. That's my problem with this, is this boggles the mind. So I kind of look at this thing going, I think that there's a lot of stuff being cut back. Hi, Senator Dave. Thank you. I think there's a lot of stuff happening. Well, their fear is that it wouldn't just be Iger that would go down, a lot of other people. And to me, I'm like, look, if you are an investor, if you have a lot of money invested and you're watching it, burn because of Kathy Kennedy, because she's not just sliming, I mean, she's hurting Disney itself. And I would think that, and honestly, I think if they're afraid of anything, I don't think it's she knows things. I think it's that she's a woman. They still think Me Too is and you can't fire a woman is a thing. They don't realize that people are so beyond that, they don't give a shit. And that's the bottom line. I think that's exactly what's going on here. Okay? That's the thing. And I find it really interesting that this person came out And I really don't know what they're trying to say. I mean, I don't even know. I don't even know if I'd have used his latest info. I wouldn't have used his information because it's like it doesn't. He's not saying anything. The only thing interesting that he said was when he talked about when it became obvious Kennedy didn't like Favreau. Okay, now he did say that AT&T was after Favreau. When I ask you a question, I've said this before. How come, if Kennedy is so talented, so in demand, how come no one has gone after her? Where's AT&T in the bidding war for Kennedy? Where is Warner Brothers? Where is Paramount? Where is, where are other companies? They don't want her because she sucks. And they know she sucks. She's an idiot. And they know that too. So, no, I don't buy the all-powerful female bullshit thing. And I don't buy the fact that she knows something that would get other people in trouble. And the reason why is because it's already known. Okay? I'm sure the FBI, who has the flight logs? FBI. You think they might have talked to Ghislaine about that? Maxwell about that? You think she would have you think she hasn't told the FBI everything she knows? Of course she has. You're right, Senator Dave. So, the idea that she's got this big dark secret that she's holding over Hollywood, who cares? Who cares? I don't care who was on that island. I mean, if you said the name Jack Nicholson, and I know everybody loves Jack Nicholson, but if you said he was on the flight logs and it was that Jack Nicholson, I'd be like, does not surprise me at all. If they put the name out there, let's see. I said Mark Ruffalo, Olivia Wilde. It wouldn't surprise me. All right. They put the name out. I'll think of an actor. I can't think of any off the top of my head, but you know what I mean. It wouldn't surprise me. A director, James Gunn. Duh. It's not shocking. I know they care. They don't want to go to prison. Here's the deal. If the FBI has the information and the FBI is sitting on it and not asking Kathy Kennedy, can you reiterate everything you know? And obviously they're not. Just like her email's been silent and her phone's been hanging silent because no one wants to deal with her shit, then what does she know? All right? Just like Maxwell's told them everything anyway. Borke, that's what I think. And I think it goes right down to it because I've talked to people who were actually close to that and more closer to it than I am. That the movie, I think, was behind schedule, over budget. They were working overtime. Technicians and stunt people were really tired when they tried that stunt. And shit went down. And they were coked out of their minds. Okay. The fall guy was Joe Dante. Okay, see, man, they'll never ever get justice. Of course, they're holding Ghislaine Maxwell in federal jail. But no, the shit's gonna get real with that. And I'm not worried about, like I said before, if the FBI wanted to, they could just go in and arrest all these people, and they haven't done it yet. So to me, that's all an excuse. This is an excuse. I don't like excuses. You're using that as an excuse to do the right thing, to not do the right thing. The right thing is fire the bitch. Do it right now. Okay? Do it right now. Get rid of her right now. Get rid of her. Okay. If the, what do you mean if this is real? Because I don't, Spielberg, yeah, if it was real, I don't know. I don't know what they know, but I don't believe it. I don't because, this person just, I think Doom's source is dishonest too, which is why he always says, grain of salt, please. Because it flies in the face of a lot of other things he said. Like I said, the only thing that rang true, see, if you're trying to put a source out there to kind of discredit stuff, you're going to use a little bit of truth. Like when did Kathy decide to go full tilt boogie and go after Favreau? When he interrupted her. Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. That rings true to me. But everything else, including the fact that she wanted to take Star Wars over and make it her own and then lie to people about who really came up with it, is absolutely, it might actually be her thinking that. But it is so far out of the realm of reality. It's like, you know, I just think, I mean, to me, I just think she's a political fanatic. I think that she let the story group run roughshod over creative, and they decided to insert Ray in as some sort of avatar for the perfect woman. Yeah, I do too. I think, yeah, I mean, in that, if you're doing a psyops job or an intel job, you do that, but there has to be a tinge of truth there. You know, I can't I can't speculate, but this is what I think is going on. I think there are big changes coming because like I said in that Reddit, you guys have all read the Reddit thing, I'm sure. When he said there are big changes coming in days, weeks, and months, big shakeups, that means to me Kennedy's gone. Okay, she's leaving. All right. That means that other people will be leaving too. I, you know, that's what that means. But I gotta say, when you look at that Reddit thing and you look at the rest of it, it blames Alan Horn and it blames Disney, not Kennedy, and it also blames Pablo and the story group, not Kennedy. See where I'm going with this? Then you've got this person coming in trying to convince people that, she's got some big dark secrets. Like, and here's the deal about Vic Morrow and those kids. That happened a long time ago. Joe Dante was the one that took the fall. That shit was over. And after the shit that happened to Joe Dante after it happened, restitution has been paid. Okay, I'm done. I don't give a shit. Again, you gotta look at it logically. You have to look at it. Does it matter now? Does it matter 30 years later, 40 years later? If Vic Morrow has kids, maybe to them. But again, Joe Dante, who was the director in charge of all that, he fried for that. Green Man, what's that supposed to mean? We're not talking about this. It it's really just to me, there are things that are going on here that, I mean, I'm sorry, none of us should care about. All right, I don't care about that anymore. I feel bad it happened. When it happened, everyone was shocked and appalled. I did go see the movie when it came out, because Spielberg and Lucas were both, connected to it. But that's the extent of me giving a damn. All right. I can't do this anymore. There, there are things that have to happen so Disney can go on and be a for-profit company. And it's like, if Bob Iger actually meant that, what the fuck is he doing? What the actual AF is he doing right now then? Holding on to Kennedy, letting her, chase out. Well, again, C-Man, we don't know what's really going on because we haven't gotten any up-to-date information. Again, Doomcock doesn't drop videos like I do. Okay, if someone at Lucasfilm contacted me, my email is janisek.sm68@gmail.com. If you're from Disney or Lucasfilm and you want to spill your guts, I have, you can email me anytime. Or Stephanie Janisek@protonmail.com. That's another one. I don't know why he's doing this. I don't know why. It's like, here's the thing that bothers me the most is how passive aggressive and they're not showing any leadership at all, I guess, is my opinion. Yeah, she does. She has to go. She has to go. And, there she is threatening to burn everything down. I'm telling you right now, if she had said that to me on the phone, I'd say, Kathy, I want to see you in my office in 20 minutes, right now. We're going to talk face to face right now. And then that would have been the end of it. She either would have said, yes, ma'am, I'll never do that again, and then stayed the fuck out of Favreau's way, or I would have said, we're discontinuing your contract. I'm not waiting for October to sunset you. You're done. All right. We'll pay you whatever sum is stipulated in your contract, but you're done. Okay. I'm not going to be talked to like that. You're a department head. You don't run Disney. I do. It's my job. I don't know. Look, it's Ramadan right now. Abu Nas is going radio silent for the month. And I think Cameron might be kind of slowing his roll too. I don't know what's going on. I haven't seen him on any streams, so. But no, it's very passive aggressive the way Iger has been running this. And Kennedy has just treated him like a red-haired stepchild. She walks right over him. It's like, and it pisses me off. Because I can't imagine doing that to a boss of mine. I can't imagine being a boss and tolerating it. Again, who the fuck do you think you are, lady? These are the, but. Okay, yeah, Cameron he must be listening. If you're listening, jump in. Cameron just came in and said Doomcock confirmed that she has Epstein Island stuff. And it's like, I don't care. If she does, the FBI has it. What, and when Ghislaine Maxwell goes on trial, it's all going to be public anyway. Yeah, this guy was here, this guy was there, this guy, Alan Dershowitz was on that island. Now, he likes to say he wasn't, but he's on the manifest. All right? Who else was? Who cares? Justice, look, if she's holding that back and hasn't gone, again, to the FBI, she should be arrested for withholding information of a crime. And I'm going to say this. If those crimes have a statute of limitations, no one's going to care anyway. I don't know what the statute of limitations are for transferring juveniles overseas and pedophilia. I don't know, or sexual assault. I don't know what that is, but I don't know what the federal statutes say. If there is a statute of limitations, you know, I mean, there might be the people that want justice might be screwed anyway. They might have to get justice in another way, like civil suit or something. But excuse me. As far as her withholding information, tell the FBI, go be a witness. Go. And if it's hearsay, guess what? It can't be admitted in a court of law because courts of law don't admit hearsay. Well, I heard that this happened. That's hearsay evidence. It can't be admitted. He just DM'd me. Cameron just DM'd me. So if I had a way to get him on here, I would do that. But I still gotta get my studio set up. But anyway, I'm just like, so, and I really kind of look at this like this. Does Disney want to make the investors happy or protect Iger's ass? I agree. I care about the content and quality of Lucasfilm. I mean, I don't know if you guys went and looked at that thing that Maze linked, but it's called Mystery of the Blues. It's called Mystery of the Blues, and it's Young Indiana Jones Chronicles, and the story opens up in Wyoming. Indiana is driving down this snowy road with this Indian, I'll say shaman or chief, I don't know, with this very ancient old pipe. Now, the part of Wyoming that they're going through looks to me like either the Wind Rivers or up around Cody, all right, which is near Yellowstone. Either way, that's Shoshone territory, so it's probably, or we'll say Shoshone chief. Anyway, they're bebopping down the road and they're being chased. They got this pipe and they force the bad guys into a ditch, and then they end up in a snowbank. There's a storm coming and they find a cabin. So they go in a snowbank, and Harrison Ford is his part of this. He is Indiana Jones at the age of 50, doing all this. And they're in there and they're talking, and they start a fire in the fireplace. Pray that God the thing doesn't burn down because the cabin doesn't look like it had been had anybody in there for decades. And he picks up this case, and weirdly enough, it's a soprano saxophone. So Harrison, as Andy, starts telling a story about when he was in college at the University of Chicago, which is the best archaeological department in the world. And he was a student. He was working at this place called Colosimo's Restaurant. It's an Italian restaurant. And they had a jazz band, an old school 1920s jazz band. And this beautiful singer that, a much better voice than Billie Holiday, but kind of was like that. And he was enthralled with the music. So he befriends the band, and they're all African Americans. And one of the guys, the leader of the band, he plays clarinet, gives him a tenor sax, or a soprano sax. So Indy starts trying to learn to play it, makes an ass of himself, kind of bumbling, but it's kind of cute because it's Indy. And, befriends these guys and learns a little bit about, no, I don't think so, but it's on YouTube. Learns a little bit about how black people back then viewed each other. Like the guy that played the clarinet wasn't black enough for black people, nor was he white enough for white people. He was Creole. And there were a bunch of, and I think Louis Armstrong was supposed to be one of them, because one of them was a hell of a trumpet player. Holy shit. Anyway, so that part of this thing gets done, and Indy's working at this restaurant, for money for school. And Colosimo, well, he's Italian, and he's connected to people. When you go to this restaurant and you order tea, you're getting bathtub gin or you're getting actual bootleg gin from Canada. And so you know that he's involved with the mob. And either be they Italian or Irish. And the Italian and Irish mob went and beat the shit out of each other in Chicago back in the 20s. I mean, O'Banion and Capone and, Johnny Torrio, and it was just, oh my God. Anyway, Colosimo goes in front and gets shot and killed. He gets hit, he gets whacked. So then you've got Indy, his roommate, Elliot Ness, and his friend, Ernest Hemingway. These are the kinds of things I love to see because it's not real, but it's introducing people that kids who are watching it could actually, I want to know who this person is. And then they go and look him up. And Hemingway, and then there was somebody else's name I can never remember. They go to Colosimo, they go to the funeral procession, and like every other Sicilian funeral, it is big, it is loud, it is over the top. Like if you've ever seen a video of a mob funeral, like Gotti's funeral or Carlo Gambino's, you just see black Lincolns going down the road and flowers because the mob was heavily into flower shops. I don't know why. Probably because they make a killing because so many people died in that profession. So there's always a need. Anyway, and they're standing there and there's a portly, dark-haired, obvious Italian guy with his boy. And one of the guys is pointing out, well, that's blah, 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 and that's the mayor. Those two are judges. Look at all the congressmen. And then they see O'Banion, who is the head of the Irish mob, walking behind the casket carrying flowers. And O'Banion, I think his guys, or I think maybe even him himself, though I doubt it, were murdered in the St. Valentine's Day massacre. So that there's the connection there. And the fat guy standing in front of him with the son, Anthony. Anthony, look, that's Enrico Caruso. You remember the clown that sang Pagliacci and whatever, and starts going on. Al Brown, Big Al Brown. It's Al Capone. At the end of this mystery, turns out Indy C, and what's really interesting is the guy that played Phil Leotardo from The Sopranos is playing Johnny Torrio. They're in the office, and Colosimo is Johnny Torrio's uncle. Okay, so Johnny Torrio, okay, of course, gets the restaurant. There, Al walks in, and he and Torrio go in the back. They're in this office, and you can see it's glass, so you can look in. And you see this ring. Al leans back, and he's got a ring on his finger. It's the ring that Colosimo was wearing. So you put two and two together, you know that was Capone that shot him. Probably because he was getting bootleg gin from the Irishman. And the guy that played O'Banion ends up, the guys, Hemingway, Elliot Ness, and Indy, go and investigate where the gin was coming from. In the warehouse, they get caught. And O'Banion, he doesn't kill him, but says, you stay out of my way. And they go to give their report and what they discovered to the police chief, and he tears up, he throws a picture of Torrio and Capone into a drawer. The stuff that Elliot Ness found, he tears it up and throws it in the wastebasket. Ness freaks out. That's evidence. You destroyed evidence. And a chief of police just says, you're trying to play at the big boys. Go back to school, have fun, get a girlfriend, live your lives. Stay out of this. It was very, very interesting, but I loved it because it's not the usual adventure. And it was stuff that every time I watch it, my mom would have gone nuts because I think I've mentioned this before. When she was a young woman, at the age of 17, 18 years old, she worked at a Venetian blind factory after she moved to Chicago with, her family, my grandfather and grandma and my aunts. And the Venetian Blind Factory was owned by one of Capone's soldiers or capos. And the kids that ran it were his nephews. Their last name was Cannizzaro. They were mobbed up, and she dated one of them. It was like, oh God, I'm so glad you didn't marry that guy. What the hell? That just is beyond the beyond to me. But there's the connection, and Mom would have loved it. I mean, Mom would have loved that show, and I don't think she ever saw it. But it would have made her reminisce a little bit, because it's always interesting to hear about the times when she was my dad was courting her and stuff. It was just really an interesting thing to talk about, I think. But yeah, the show is really great. But as far as I don't care about Disney content. I never have been. I was a very lukewarm fan of Disney. One of my favorite things they've ever done was the Mickey Mouse thing with Fantasia. I love that. It's probably one of the greatest pieces of animated film ever made. I could watch it and go, wow. I mean, there was some genius there. And some of the stuff like the Haunted Mansions, and of course, the Legend of Sleepy Hollow, Ichabod Crane, with Bing Crosby narrating and doing voices is great. But as far as me wanting to watch a lot of Disney, no, I wasn't that girl. I wasn't that kid. And I mean, we watched. I saw Cinderella. That was okay. Bambi pissed me off because my dad, blah blah. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, exactly. And I didn't really like Little Mermaid. I thought it was good, but I didn't. You know what I'm saying? I liked some. I didn't like all of it. It was very, very interesting to me. But I did like. My favorite animation will always be Warner Brothers. Bugs Bunny, Sylvester the Cat, Daffy Duck, the old school, in your face, politically incorrect, Pappy Le Pew, going after the cat, because he thinks he's a skunk. That stuff was funny. One of the funniest things that Seth MacFarlane ever did was this. I think you're right, Seaman. What if Wile E. Coyote caught the Roadrunner, and then he loses his life's purpose? That is the funniest thing I've ever seen in his life, but it's really kind of deep. I mean, what if he caught him? Think about it. Well, that's it. Now what do I do? It's really, but Warner Brothers to me is because it's irreverent. Like, how many times can you blow off Daffy Duck's beak? That was a joke. That's why Duck Season, Wabbit Season, that's why they did those cartoons. It didn't have anything to really do with wanting to do a story. How many times can we blow off Daffy Duck's beak? A bunch of guys sitting in the animated studio, and the artists talking about that and goofing around, probably smoking cigarettes and laughing their asses off. I mean, it's funny AF to think about it, and it's not Disney. Disney's cutesy. Disney's this and this and this, and that's fine. But Warner Brothers was in your face hysterical. I don't know if they own Farscape or not. Yeah, well, Space Jam just looks, again, you get a bunch of people who aren't good at what they do, and they never should have, But I gotta say this, I think a lot of people who could probably do those jobs great were never encouraged. It's just my opinion. But as far as Kennedy, she might know things beyond, she might know stuff about Epstein's Island, but, you know, I don't see how, I mean, that could, I mean, if it's anything, I would think it would be more of a relevant Me Too thing within the Hollywood community. And even then, I gotta say this, I would take the risk and fire, I would take the risk and fire Kennedy and let Iger be the sacrificial lamb. Because I gotta tell you this, I don't think that Bob Chapek, if you look at him, looks like the kind of guy that Epstein would even want to hang out with. Okay, he ran the parks. That's it. That's it. That's what he did, and he's the guy that doesn't have to worry. And I'd be more than willing to see Iger go. Goodbye, bye, Bob. See ya. You know, because they can't not do something. You know what I'm saying? They can't not do something. This is getting intolerable. Okay. Old redneck nerd, I think you might be right. I think you might be right. It's really quiet right now, and with the social media accounts just going dark, the only thing that is comicbook.com Star Wars, and they're not official, Disney accounts. And everywhere you go, no matter what Disney posts on Facebook, you see fire Kathleen Kennedy or Gina Carano did nothing wrong. I don't know because you can't. When I went, like you guys were there, I went on their Twitter accounts and I can't see anything that says anything. Let's do something. Let's do something real quick. All right. Let's do something. Let's see what Pablo has to say. Because if he's got something different on his, oh, come on. Okay, come on, delete. All right, no, please stop it. Go away too, okay. Let's see, go on my Safari. Pablo Hidalgo. Twitter, okay. Let's see. All right, that's not it. Okay, what's he call himself? Let's go here. It's not it. Weird. See what Data Razors have to say. Okay, that's from October. Okay. What does he call himself again? A Roland Martin? RPC at Roland Martin. I can't find him. Huh. All right, you guys want to help me out here? Wow. I don't know what to say. Okay, we got shitty Star Wars posts. Let's check this out from December 2020. That was before he changed his thing. A Roland Martin production. Let me just find one more thing because I'm really interested. There we go, RMU. That's not him. I don't know what to say. I don't know. I can't find him. And I am like literally I don't know what to say. I mean, this might be something that somebody else could actually look up because I mean, he should be here. Oh, look, let's look for Man Ray Sky. Okay, Hidalgo. Let's see who's following her. I can't see it because I can't. She's. I mean, Kay Hidalgo is his wife. So no, it won't let me. The only way. All right, let's see. What does he call himself? Swank Motron. Yeah, he's there and he's public. Yeah, I mean here he is. Here I'll show you. Yeah, yeah, I found him. You can find him under his own name, but I can't find Pablo. It wasn't HVAC Solutions either. Maybe, I mean, was it? Let's see. No. All right. I don't know. I mean, I think this is something that needs more investigation if he's not still around. Okay. I mean, because if he left Twitter, I don't think he did. I just think we can't figure out where the little fucker's hiding now. Let me look. Let me look. I know what I gotta do. Disney Star Wars is dumb. Because I know Pablo will be on here.
I didn't get that. Could you try again?
Okay. All right, he's got Pablo Hidalgo Ghost. Okay, I'm gonna try this one. No. This is like Pablo Hidalgo Ghost. It's all one word. Okay, I'm still on here. Yeah. Itchy's blog looks different to me. I don't know. Let's go back to Twitter and see if Twitter. Let's go here. I want to find something. Eh. Okay, I'm sorry I'm doing this, you guys. I know I'm ignoring you, but I gotta do this. Okay. All right, I think he changed his name. I don't want to say he's gone. But I think that he's I think he's gone. I'm not gonna, but I'm not gonna say it definitely. When I get off here, I'm gonna tell Cameron I can't find Hidalgo on Twitter. And if that's the case, and you know, like I said, Nat Martin's being quiet. Who else do we know that works at Lucasfilm? Because it's here's the last one that Itchy had up of him was the avatar was Destro. That was from January. That was from well over almost 2 months ago. Okay, so this could be completely different. I'm not gonna say he's gone. It's just usually you should be able to find him. Usually it's not that difficult to find him, and I can't follow him up from anybody because I don't have a Twitter account. So you can't look at people's followers and say, oh, there he is. Which sucks. Honestly, I think you should be able to do that. But if he's gone, if we can't find him, that's fucking big. That's really big. Okay. Let me go back. Okay, here we go. Okay, he's got this going on. Oh, I want that watch. So yeah, Itchy went after rewriting Ripley too. And a little, yeah. The last one was of course, Hal Hickel. God, I'd fire his ass. You know, this is karma, you guys. Okay. I just can't. It's really. It's him. It's him. Yeah, that's him. You found him, Trela. Okay, great. Yeah, so he's still on there. Damn it. Damn it. Damn it, damn it, damn it, damn it, damn it. Corey, yeah, he's protected. He's not gonna, he's done enough. He's done more than enough to get himself fired. Let's put it that way. So, you know, oh, shit. Anyway, I was hoping, I was like, yes, damn it. So, yeah, and they did actually try to, they did actually hack into Itchy's account a couple weeks ago. So, I don't know. It's just really, you know, there's something going on. I don't, you know, I don't feel that strongly about the rumors that she knows things. You know, the only thing I know for sure that I would bank on, that I would put a bet on, is that she knows what happened on the set of Twilight Zone. And I'm going to be perfectly honest, it was 40 years ago, and my statute of limitations is over. Joe Dante paid for it. You know, he was the director in charge. He paid for it. Okay. So, you know, it's not like it doesn't matter, but it's not relevant anymore. You understand what I'm saying? Just like her knowing about what was going on in Epstein's Island. Joe Dante? No, he was chased out of Hollywood. I mean, he's done some other things, but you know, he pretty much when that shit went down, Vic Morrow and 2 kids died. They were decapitated by a helicopter. And the rumors were, if Dan Watanabe was on here, he could tell you that coke was involved, and I don't mean just for the rock of it, I mean that kind. Everything was over budget. People were tired. It was a shitty set and production. It was really behind schedule. It was one of those things where the thing about that movie, if you've never seen it, it's not one director and it's not one story. I think it was a set of 3. You had one, Vic Morrow in Vietnam, and you had a couple other ones. And Joe Dante was the one that directed the Vietnam one. And I think he might have been overall a guy on that. I'm not quite sure. And that was it. Okay, that was it. That was, you know, shit went down and oh my God. Okay, so we don't know. We really just don't. Anyway, I gotta go because I've got a horse I need to go see, and I have to get a workout in. I'll either go for a power walk or lift weights. Anyway, you know, we keep up what we keep doing. We pray and hope for the best, and watch and wait for more information. I honestly agree with old redneck nerd that I think a lot of shit's already happened. You know, and the people that need to be gone are still there, but there's something odd about all this with social media down. And you know, Matt Martin is usually on Twitter a lot more than he has been. Oh, he was, huh? Okay. Damn it. All right. So I'll talk to you later. I gotta go back and talk to him about this. And I also gotta start, I'm making homemade marinara sauce for my husband for dinner tonight. So talk to you later. See you around the galaxy. Be good, be well. And see, there you go.